let's chat a little bit then about the just overall draft experience, which, I mean, kind of crazy that they're going to go away with the in-person drafts in general. But yeah. I mean, talk us through it. Like, how cool, like, how surreal is that experience, and who all went with you for draft day?
Yeah, that was unbelievable experience. So we got in it was in Nashville, obviously, which, by the way, is unbelievable city for it as well. Great food, great people. We got in a couple days before the draft and kind of experienced the city a little bit, had a couple last-minute interviews, and then, yeah, obviously draft day, my strength coach from back here, Carson Fossum, was with me. Skating trainer came out as well. Aunts, uncles. We had a bunch of friends go out too, just kind of on their own, family members. And then obviously my family, my mom, my dad, brother, and sister. And I think that was the coolest part of it all, honestly, was just being able to like see the joy on their face and all the work that they put into me growing up. It's, you know, it's really a tribute to them at that moment. It's not really about me. And it's cool to put that into perspective with the draft. And obviously a dream come true getting drafted by an NHL team. So.
Yeah, like obviously one of the more fun things for us as writers is doing mock drafts and reading the tea leaves on who's going after who and who's going to fall to 20-something for the Wild. And you mentioned interviews. Who all did you interview with? What teams were the ones that were kind of showed the most interest kind of leading up to draft day?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple. I remember I had my two last-minute interviews were with the Jets, the Winnipeg Jets, I think. I don't even know if I can say this, but – the Jets.
Okay. You're already drafted now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm already drafted. Doesn't matter. And then the Bruins actually had a last-minute interview with me, which was pretty interesting because I thought I was going to be slotted on the first day in the first round, and they didn't have a pick. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. But
just immediately text all your buddies like, "Hey, Bruins are making a trade."
Yeah, and I didn't say anything. I didn't want it to get out, but
yeah.
No, yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then. Yeah, I think, you know, you interview with teams at the combine as well and throughout the year. So you don't get a great feel for who's going to draft you, but you definitely get a good feel who's interested in you.
You have experience with the Wild too? I'm sure at the combine they talked to you at least. So
yeah, I talked to them throughout the year too. They're for sure. I mean, they were kind of in my range a little bit, I'd say. And yeah, I didn't know at the time who was going to draft me, but fortunately it was Chicago. Really, really fortunate with Chicago for sure.
You said that you're like pretty plugged in on social, but don't really post yourself. Are you aware of just how many Wild fans were like punching holes in their walls when Chicago took you?
I actually wasn't. So my dad might be a little bit even more plugged in, and he was telling me like, oh, like there are some Wild fans that aren't too happy, but yeah, I mean, I was close to them for sure, and. That was funny, though. It was funny to see. He showed me a couple tweets or whatever. It was funny.
It was a full-out meltdown. We do a live stream every year for the draft, and just, like, there was zero room for happiness.
Yeah. Billy Schrammell's a good player, though, too. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you get a chance? Like, did you get interviewed at all by Stevie Y?
Oh, yes. He was my first interview at the Combine, actually.
What a way to start it. Like, yeah. Everyone talks about how bizarre his like approach is and like just how like stone cold serious he is. Like anything you can shed from that without trading company secrets?
Oh no, honestly, I just remember he was a great guy. I mean, it wasn't super uptight, just kind of a looser interview. And yeah, I didn't have that experience with him. No, like really super tough questions from him, but yeah, I just remember obviously he's super respectable with his, you know, NHL career, and yeah, it was cool to meet him, honestly.
Yeah. What was the weirdest question you got from someone? Like, I know they always try to test guys and put them in different situations. Like, what's the most fun or weird question you got in the whole process?
I mean, I feel like that honestly for me it was just the animal one.
I was just gonna make that as a joke.
Yeah, it was just the animal one. I mean, there was a couple. I remember I got asked by a team. It was just like they gave me some scenarios and just weird scenarios that I never thought I would get asked, and I had to answer those. But other than that, I'd say it was the animal one. Animal on the ice and off the ice. Oh, I got to turn on the lights in here again. Let's move.
Motion sensor. So what animal?
Oh, I said off the ice, I was like a golden retriever or something like that. I don't know why. And then on the ice, I said I think it was like shark or something like that. Something pretty basic.
Nice.